How we doing? Hope we're all good. Hope we're well. So, what would you sooner have? £350,000 in one lump sum, or £12,500 a year for life? It's a simple question. Do you want that one? Or do you want that one? That one, that one, that one, that one. No one knows. Right? And what am I talking about? I'm talking about pensions. And where am I talking about it from? Shay Sachs. Welcome to my fridge. Everything goes on in that fridge. It's the most important place in the house as far as I'm concerned. And forgive my attire. Yes, I'm dressed down day. So £300,000, £12,000 a year, what am I talking about? Around 50% of the population work in what they call the public or private sector. In other words, you're working for a big bank building society, big massive corporate, John Lewis, M&S, etc., etc. Or you work for NHS, or you work for local authority. And lots of people have or would have accumulated a big lump sum of money within their pension pot. And this is known as, these schemes worked on brilliant phrases such as defined benefit or defined contribution. So in other words, you knew how much you would potentially get, but the employers who ran the scheme didn't. So now, let's say you left 10, 15 years ago, and you're now going through some old statements, and you see that when you left in 2000, your pension was worth £12,500 a year, and you get a letter through the door that says to you, actually, you can leave, and if you transfer away, you can have £350,000. 90% of you would have gone for the lump sum. It's human nature. It's a bigger figure. We're not correlating how many years we can live. And the one important factor that no one's really taken into consideration is the rulings that some of these pensions have to grow each year in line with inflation, even after you have left that company. So when you're faced with that decision, don't try and do it on your own. Get in contact with an independent financial advisor. We'll all give you an hour and a half free time for us to make you aware that actually this could be one of these schemes that gets revalued every year you have left service. So imagine it grew by 2 or 2.5% a year every year for the last 20 years, that's £12,500. Now you get an idea of how much a year that company's going to have to pay you. And if that same £350,000 is going to be invested to provide you an income for the rest of your life, and let's say we could get 4% as a safe amount to draw down every year to ensure that you don't run out of money, well, suddenly that's around £13,000 or £14,000 a year. And it may well be that the pension that's actually on offer could be the similar amount of money. What you will also get with a pension scheme that's come out of local authority or very big corporate companies is that once that pension is paid to you, each year it has to rise in line with the consumer prices index or rate of inflation, or one or t'other with a ceiling as to how high it grows. Once you invest that money and you take it out of that pension scheme where it was and put it into the investment market, well, yes, you can access £300,000 plus. But now that money is going up and down and up and down, and there are no guarantees as to what you may or may not get back. Now, look, it's not to say that it's right to stay where you are or it's right to move. But all I would urge you is don't make an instant decision just based on the size of the money that you're being offered. Take some time and seek out professional financial advice, because we can help you make that one of the most important decisions that you could end up being faced with, and whether to stick or to twist. And once you've made that decision, you can't go back. So take the tailor's perspective on life, measure twice, cut once, do some research, speak to a professional, and then you'll be able to make an informed decision. I'm Victor Sachs. I'm from VS Associates, and I'll be delighted to come and have a chat with you anytime you want. Take care.